You know what movie I'm looking forward to?
No, it's Solo, a Star Wars story?
No.
Incredibles 2.
No.
The First Purge.
No.
Avengers Infinity War.
Nope.
I know. Deadpool 2.
Nope. You know what movie I'm looking forward to?
No, what is it?
Crazy Rich Asians.
Why? Alright, Crazy Rich Asian, apparently people were looking forward to this movie since the beginning of the year, and I never got why. It's a romantic comedy. Yes, we don't get those anymore, but to me, the people have been looking forward to this movie for all the wrong reasons you shouldn't want to look forward to the movie. Alright, let's get down to this comedy. This is a very generic story about a girl by the name of Rachel Chu who finds out that her longtime boyfriend, Nick Jeong, is rich. They go to Singapore so they can meet the family, and basically it's 2 hours of watching people either you don't know much about, you don't care about, and watching rich, elitist Asian people be rich. This movie's terrible. It is awful. It's boring. There's nothing more boringer than watching rich people spend money. And I will say this: the only good thing about this movie is Awkwafina, who is also in Ocean's 8. She is the only guiding light in this boring hellhole of a movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every time the voice of God is spoken. I think it's actually the voice of the mask over here, but we'll get into that later. Yeah, every time she's in the scene, she just pops. She has all the best lines in the movie. Anytime she disappears from the movie, I automatically fell asleep. Well, I didn't actually fall asleep. Someone else did fall asleep, though.
That was me.
Oh my god, this movie is so dull. And I'm not gonna lie, I've read some of the reviews for this movie, and I feel the only reason anyone is giving this movie a pass, I feel it's suffering from what I call the wrinkle in time effect, where no one wanted to bash it because it was done by a black woman. Only reason no one's bashing this boring slog is because it's all Asian. That's it. I hate to be a negative person about it. This movie's fucking awful. It had, like I said, other than Awkwafina, everyone else was completely dull and generic. The leads, Constance Wu, who played Rachel, and Henry Goldman as Nick had no chemistry. They looked like they were being held hostage at points. They had negative chemistry. I thought I was gonna walk away from the movie not knowing who anyone was anymore. The movie's so fucking dull. Oh, and that's all it is. It's 2 hours of rich people spending money and doing if you saw the trailer, you more or less know how this movie is gonna go. It's a rom-com. They find out she finds out he's rich. They go to see his parents. The parents really don't approve of her. She wins him in the end. Ta-da! And the worst part of it, the movie's really not about them. The two main characters. The movie's about them going to one of Nick's brothers or one of his relatives' wedding. So the framing device around the movie is talking about not the main characters. And then there are moments in it. There's a moment with I think one of Nick's brothers where his relationship gets exposed, and it was supposed to play for a dramatic and a sad moment, and it was just like, you guys were on screen for 5 minutes. What the hell? You can't get that type of emotion from being on screen for 5 minutes. And this movie's awful. This will probably be one of my worst movies of the year, and I guarantee you, people are gonna blow their fucking minds when they hear that. Yeah, this movie sucks.
It really does.
Other than Awkwafina, you want to say something about Awkwafina?
Awkwafina was probably the only character that I could remember and who was probably funny.
Yeah, I mean, she was hilarious in the movie, but everything else is.
She's the only relevant part in the movie.
Yeah, and this is and this is based on a book series, so there might be another one.
Oh God.
Listen, if you like this movie, fine. It wasn't for me. I went into it and just said, oh man, this is boring, dull, and generic. That's what it is. Damn, now I don't even know what to score it. 3.3. You want to do a score?
2.9.
This movie is apparently in the high 90s on Rotten Tomatoes.
Sure to be.
I don't know what else to say. That's it. When you have a bad movie like this and it's boring and dull, it's kind of hard to have a long discussion or a video about it. So, but yeah,
especially a movie that made me fall asleep, because there's hardly a movie that ever lets me sleep. But this movie, oh my God. I never sleep during a movie, and this movie actually managed to pull it off.
The unseen voice of God has spoken. That makes our score 3. Well, technically 3.01. No, 3.5, but whatever. Yeah, that's it for today. Have you seen Crazy Rich Asian? Did you disagree with me? Did you enjoy the movie? I don't give a pass just because it's starring Asian people, though. Let you know. I just judge the movie for what it is. Let me know in the comment below. Like, subscribe. Also, I'm going to be throwing another link because Jeff just did another Sonic playthrough video. That's actually kind of funny. So, yeah. That's it for now. Gucci!
No!